Hello, I'm Graham Horton and welcome to this video. Now, when I go out shooting video with my iPhone 17 Pro Max, I use a variety of devices. This is a PA144 cage from Neewer. It allows you to fit professional grade filters onto the plate. This one is a variable ND2-32 stop, so that's normally all I need in UK weather. If I'm being lazy and I don't want to carry that around, then there is the option of one of these clip-on frames, which will just clip over the three lenses like so. And then you can adjust that to give you the correct ND for getting your shutter speed equal twice your frame rate. Quite often I'll use just a basic frame, and this one is a very, very basic frame from Ulanzi. It allows you to mount your phone. And then again, you can fit your neutral density filter over the lenses and you've got some sort of stability. They're fine, but they add a lot of weight to your bag if you're carrying these things around. So I was approached by K&F CONCEPT filters. Would I do a review of their new filter range? Well, K&F are renowned for their high quality filters, so I had to say yes just to try these out and just see how good they were. So they supplied me with the circular polarizer and the ND2-32, which is one I would normally use. Quite unique filters in as much as they push onto the lens board of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So here we've got the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and if I just take the circular polarizing filter here, it would fit on that lens board, and you can see we've got three holes in there, so they're covered by the circular polarizing filter. Within each of these holes is a small rubber, for want of a better word, grommet, which then attaches to the part of the lens board which is protruding. So normally you would have to remove your phone case. Some of the phone cases do allow you to mount this, but my particular phone case has a complete window there and a ridge here, so it prevents me using it without the filter. So basically it will just push on there like so, and if we look on the top, it goes flat to the lens board. So it's just held on there by the friction of those three rubber grommets in there. To adjust it, all you have to do is rotate the outside ring. Now, when I first started to use this, I had a few issues with the filters detaching from the lens board, and it's purely down to the way that you hold the filter when you're trying to make adjustments. So handheld, you're going to have to hold the film something like this, and then you're going to adjust the circular polarizing filter to get the right cut, or you're going to adjust the neutral density to give you your correct shutter speed. What I found was I was trying to hold the filter like so and then adjust it to get the right cut, but in doing so your fingers tend to push the filter off. The solution I've got for that now is to actually use a grip. So if I put the phone in a grip with a handle, it means I can firmly hold the camera, and then I can use my finger and thumb and I can actually push back on that filter and make the adjustment without it even moving on that lens board. So that's a good tip for you if you buy this sort of filter system. Get yourself a little grip like this, and then when you want to adjust the filter, push slightly back and adjust it, and you'll have no issues whatsoever. So this is a circular polarizing filter. Now on the back of the filter here and on the side there are two index marks, and they represent the filter cut points. Now if I refocus up here, on the periphery of the ring there is a index mark, which I've actually marked with a black marker there so we can actually see it in the video. It's very difficult to see it without. So that mark and the two arrows indicate the point where the two filters cross to give you the maximum cut. So you can actually see just how much you're turning the filter from one cut point to the one on the side. Now, if you remember, with circular polarizing filters, you get the maximum cut when the sun is actually 90 degrees to your subject. So if I was filming something here, if the sun was over to my left or to my right, 90 degrees, I will get the maximum effect from this circular polarizing filter. In some cases, you don't want to completely remove the reflections from water or from leaves, etc. You want to leave a little hint, otherwise it looks as though you've got a dead landscape. So sometimes a little bit of reflection is still needed, and that you can adjust with that circular polarizing filter. Again, with the 2 to 5 stop filter, you would fit it over the 3 filters, and where to remember is the K&F CONCEPT name and the ND2-32 are top and bottom. So again, just press that down over the lens barrel there. Now, the use of the ND filter is normally, if you're using an app like Blackmagic Cinema, you would set your shutter speed to be twice the frame rate, so that gives you the 180 degree shutter rule. Lock that in place. Set your ISO down to the lowest value, so 50 ISO if you were using an iPhone, or depending on your ambient light source. Once you've done that, then you can look at the back of the screen and adjust your ND until you've got an image that looks correct. As you'll see in the video, you can see I use the histogram so that I don't lose the highlights as they're being blown out as well. So again, using that technique, push back slightly on the filter so that you don't dislodge it from the lens board. So this is the ND2-32. Now, on the edge of the rim, you can actually just see that's been laser etched, I guess, into the rim there. The point where it's sort of clear ND are 2 stop. Again, look edge into that arrow. 3 stop, 4 stop, and then a physical hard stop at 5, so you don't go into the black cross that you sometimes get if you go beyond the limit for this filtration. It would be nice if those were highlighted in color so you can actually see it and you know just how much ND you're dialing in. I believe these are available in matching colors to your phone as well. So if you've got a blue phone, I believe they are available in a blue anodized finish as well. So there we are. That is the K&F CONCEPT push-on filters for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Quite a unique idea, and once I got over this issue of the correct way to hold the filter and they don't fall off the lens board, they work quite well. See on screen some shots I took with the circular polarizing filter to remove some reflections from water. Hope you found that useful. Thanks to K&F CONCEPT for sending these out for me to try for you. But of course, with all my reviews, they're independent. If there's anything wrong with the filters, you get to hear about it in my video, and I won't take up or scripts or tell what not to say in the video. If you're new to this channel, why not already subscribe and also hit that bell notification icon, and you'll be advised when I upload new videos to this channel. So thanks for watching. Please do take care, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Goodbye for now.